by individuals whose main goal, it seems, was to commit violence. We cannot allow a tragedy like this to be the norm in our city, and we are doing everything we can to make such events as safe as possible. The investigation of this tragic incident on county property at a county facility will be led by the Mercer County Homicide Task Force. Nonetheless, the Trenton Police Department will provide any necessary support, and we ask that anyone with information to please contact the Mercer County Homicide Task Force at 609-989-6406 or email mchtftips@mercercounty.org. The task force at this time is pursuing leads. Can't really comment on the investigation, but they are pursuing leads, and we hope that this matter will be resolved. I'm also calling for an independent investigation by the county regarding the overall security breaches that happened, if they did, at the arena. And regarding the upcoming game at Trenton versus Saraville High School for the opening rounds of the state basketball tournament coming this Tuesday, we are awaiting direction from the NJSIAA as to whether this game will proceed at this time or be moved to a different site. We hope that it will go, the basketball tournament will proceed, but we are prepared to make sure that all the spectators and athletes will be safely conducting this game. If at Trenton High School, Trenton Public Police Department, in conjunction with the state police and the Mercer County Sheriff's Office, will be working the security. With that, if anyone has any questions.
Sort of a two-part question. One, you mentioned the potential security breaches that happen. Are you concerned that someone was able to get into that arena carrying something that could, that killed someone? Second, are you concerned with how brazen this act apparently has been at, again, a high school basketball game?
Yeah, absolutely. Going in reverse order, I think that we should be celebrating the achievements of the Trenton High School boys basketball team. I mean, they played their hearts out. They had a winning track record. The star player reached 1,000 points. We should all be celebrating, much like we recently celebrated the achievements of Athing Mo. It's that important to our community that we celebrate every day. We have athletes, cheerleaders, the coaches get up every day and do the right thing, and but for a minority of persons that want to do harm, this otherwise would have been a joyous event. We don't know how a knife got into the arena, so that's why I'm asking the county to have such an investigation. They do have a private security firm that was operating the metal detectors, but we think it would be prudent for them to find out how this tragedy happened and how we can prevent it in the future. It is a county facility. Nonetheless, it is in the capital city, so we are concerned, and it was a city event that was at the arena. So we want to make sure that any future events with Trenton children are safe, and this Tuesday, the first round of the state championship will be at the high school. That's on us with the school board. We want to make sure that it's a safe. In fact, we're announcing that no bags or purses are going to be admitted into the high school. We will have a full contingency of security personnel, but we want people to celebrate the tournament and the athletes and not have to worry about their safety.
Mayor, the Trenton police were assigned to the arena the last time, right?
No, those are side jobs that the county contracts out with other security personnel. So it wasn't with the Trenton Police Department. Okay. It was with individual officers.
Did you see the video?
Yes.
Were you surprised that there were no police in that area of the arena?
Well, if you go in the arena, the corridors are largely unpatrolled. So I think what the county has to do is decide whether you're allowed in those corridors. I think you've been in there where there's no stands that are open, but yet you can go back there. I think that they have to rethink of whether they allow spectators just to roam those corridors.
Did you attended a game?
Yes, I have.
Did you go through metal detector?
Absolutely.
Did it work?
I didn't carry anything, so I put all my personal possessions in a bucket.
Yeah.
So I passed, but I don't know what happened before or after when I went through.
Mayor, I understand that the investigation is in its beginning stages, but at this point, does it appear that it just was targeted, random? I mean, is there any threat to the public in that regard?
We don't believe there's a threat to the public but it's under investigation. I can't comment
So you don't know
further.
whether or not it was a random stabbing or was it a targeted stabbing?
I can't comment on that, but I would urge people who wanted to watch sports to come and support the athletes to absolutely come out, and that they will safely be able to attend those games.
The game next week, was that originally planned for the high school, or was that supposed to be
Yes,
the arena?
that was always planned because it's by tradition the schools that are ranked in the state tournament start at those schools.
And just to be super clear, the metal detectors were being used last night?
There were metal detectors at the county arena, yes.
Okay.
But were they being used? If they were there, were they being
When I went through, they were being used, but
We don't know if last
I
night-
can't speak to the condition of them, whether they actually.
But you went through a metal detector when you went to the game last night?
I went through a metal detector when I attended games there. Yes,
But you weren't there last night.
I was not there.
Okay. And what would you say to parents who maybe were thinking about going to the Tuesday's game, the state championship, and they're scared now?
I spoke to such a parent that they wanted to bring their son there because they wanted him to aspire to be a college basketball player. They were hesitant. I assured them that they should attend. They should think about their son. These are exciting events, but we are prepared to provide security for our facility on Tuesday night.
Mayor, before this train gets way down the track here, there's not been an incident at Trenton High School basketball since 1989. I've been covering the city for almost 40 years. So
Thank you,
let's get
Wally.
rid of the stigma about what goes on at Trenton High School. It's a safe place to go.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So the game on Tuesday is going to be at the high school?
It's going to be Trenton Central High School, and we're going to play Saraville.
Okay, and with this independent investigation that you're requesting the county to conduct, you're asking them to see if there were any security breaches. Let's say there was a breach in security. I mean, what would you expect from county leaders thereafter?
Well, it's the county facility, and they're in charge of providing the security. They do hire police, whether it's from Trenton or other areas, but that's just to augment their security force that is in place. So we're asking them to look at the metal detectors, make sure that they were working, and make sure that the procedures were followed, that they were ensuring that everyone who walked in there emptied out their pockets, made sure that there was no metal objects in their pockets.
And did you have a chance to talk with the mother or family or Khalil?
I spoke to family members today. Two family members expressed our grievance and our sympathy, but we have to make sure that people can come to these events safely and enjoy the game. That's the purpose of these sports.
Mayor, you've made some headway with the gun violence in the city. You celebrated, I believe, a 40% reduction in gun violence.
And we are proud of that.
Mhm. In the past 10 days, you've had a 9th grade student attacked with a bat in critical condition, woman shot dead on Hanover Street, a boy in the high school with a gun and bullets. You were able to confiscate those items from him, and a young man stabbed to death last night. Does the city have a violence problem that's occurring here?
We don't. We have 94,000 people. The majority of people do the right thing. They wake up. You got to remember, there's 1,200 students at Trenton Central High School, and it's a handful of instigators that when you were going to high school, they were there. When you were going to high school, they were there. We have to celebrate the achievements that they come. We have kids doing extraordinary things and get extraordinary careers. We have to celebrate them, but nonetheless, you can't prevent. There's been violence throughout history. we try our best to minimize that so that students can safely go to school and do what they're supposed to
The
do.
board has not delivered a definitive resolution to that issue about the children are producing problems. Would you suggest or agree to they should be removed from the general population of the education system?
Well, absolutely, but, and I've been in constant contact with Dr. Earl. We just spoke 10 minutes ago again. We're doing everything to make sure that we have a safe environment for the students, for the majority of them, and that these minimal incidents are kept at a minimal.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, everyone.